All right, guys, welcome back. Going into the third hour here of Roleplay with Swan Song, week 28. Adam, what's up?
We are 24 hours from the end of the year. It is December 31st, the morning of December 31st, 3200. There's a duel fast approaching. And I think that when we come back from, like, we get that on the screen first, and then we fade in on the ships. There's like a group of maybe like a dozen Photonhour battleships moving slowly through space. So they come over us and move towards the planet, and we can see this like small desert planet, kind of like as they're starting to like approach it, and this is where the battle will take place. So Photonhour is getting set up and ready for the fight.
Gotcha.
So
is it still nighttime?
Meanwhile, so this can be, you can, if you have stuff you want to do, there's still time. So meanwhile, back on Cabral, what do you want to do, Higgs?
Where are you at, Piani, on the ship? Say it's still the night before, so we're still like 23 hours out, maybe.
In my room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you keep the door locked? I guess I try to burst into the room.
Like Kramer style?
Yeah, literally burst into the room, and I'm walking around talking to myself. And then I just go over and shut the door if it's unlocked.
All right.
And I'm just like, Piana, you get... How does it work? If I say something to you, can you make an alternate reality to where I didn't say that, but you'll remember what I said, and I won't know that it happened? Does that work like that?
No. It doesn't.
It doesn't work at all. Does anything you do happen like that?
What are you trying to get at?
If I say something to you, I need to know that I did not say it on any level, and I need to know that it didn't happen at all. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Tell me.
No. It doesn't. You gotta do the magic stuff. I need to know it works. I've heard it works like this.
So you want to tell me something, but then you don't want me to remember?
No. I want you to remember. I don't want to remember that I told you.
I can't do that.
It doesn't work like that?
A good drink will take care of that for you, Mr. Higgins.
He walks through the wall.
Yeah, he just
Teleports in.
Teleports in, says his line, teleports out.
There you go.
I'm just staring at you like, all right, good talk. And then I just kind of like bust out of the room.
Wait. What you want to tell me? Just tell me.
Nope. You have a good day. Go Sicarian. And I pump my
Go Team Sicarian.
Yeah. I just go back to my room. Maybe just slam the door shut. And I'm just staring at my computer console, and I call up, if I can, I try to call Buford.
Okay. He's out of system, so you can send him a message, but you'll never know when he's going to get it.
How do I know he's out of system? Does it just say like not responding, out of system, or something like that?
Well, he left after the meeting.
Right.
So I mean, if he changed his mind or he came back, then maybe. But yeah, you only know because he said that.
Okay. So yeah, maybe I like open up an email to Buford, and then I remember that like halfway through, and I just hold delete down on the on the email. And I just kind of like, I'm just like fuck. I just sit back and like just roll around and spin in my chair and sit in the room, and I don't have anything else to do.
Okay. All right. Eric, anything you want to do?
Yeah, I guess first I'd probably go to Higgs.
Yeah.
All this, Eric's not really used to what's going on here. I mean, it's only been like a couple weeks since he's joined, I guess, like 3 or something.
Yeah, not even.
Yeah. So I guess, Higgs, you just get like a knock on your door.
Yeah. What? Hello. What's up? And maybe like awkwardly, I'm trying to like turn off the computer or change the screen, like he just caught me jerking off or something like that.
Yeah. So like the door slides open. Eric says, "Mr. Higgs." Oh,
No, come on. I'm not jerking off or anything. No one does it. Hey, what's up?
It's the year 3200. We've all just evolved past that.
The door opens again, and I say, Mr. Higgins, have you ever considered using a lock on your door? It's something that I do from time to time. It's very useful, and it keeps anybody from barging in on me when I'm masturbating.
No, I don't care. If people want to walk in and see me masturbate, Eric, that's fine. They could just see the glory that is me masturbating. I'm okay with that. You got to be okay with yourself. You got to live in your own skin, Eric. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. You got to be comfortable.
What if the people don't want to
Pretty good
see
life
you
advice.
masturbating?
What if people don't want to see you? Well, then they don't want to see you, and they just turn around and walk out of the room. But Eric, what can I help you with? What's going on?
I don't know. Now I forget. Hang on. Let me do this again. I walk out.
All right, I'm going to act like I'm jerking off, Eric. All right, come in the door. I'm ready. He's just there like thumps on the desk.
Door opens. Eric walks in. Ah, yes. And now I remember. What on earth is going on?
What do you mean, what's going on?
Mr. Sicarian is going to die or something, and
Well, he
and
might not. He might.
You have
who knows?
Olaf here, and I don't know why, and
Well, Olaf's helping him train, Eric. What do you mean?
training for death.
Well, it's not like he's going to train to die. He's going to try to win the fight.
So he's going to fight somebody.
Yes, he's fighting a man by the name of Titan.
What kind of a fight is it? Is it a chess fight? Or maybe he's going to play some sort of craft star?
I kind of just lean back. Just like, Eric, you know that they're going to fight to the death with swords and guns and fists. And who knows, they'll probably use they will actually use a spider to kill one another if that's all that remains on the battlefield.
I would like to see that.
I would too. Wouldn't that be incredible? That's why we're all going to the fight tomorrow. It's going to be great.
That would be incredible.
Yeah. You pumped now? You pumped? Great. Good job. Good talk.
What will you do if Mr. Sicarian dies? It seems like, well, not to be rude, but the rest of you can't fight for shit.
Well, no, we can't, but that's why we keep Mr. Sicarian around. If he dies, we'll just find another Mr. Sicarian. That's how it works.
Oh, Higgs. I'm not sure how many Mr. Sicarians there are in the universe.
By
He's
my
a very
calculations,
unique man.
There's three. There's three of them.
Oh,
Three.
The rule of
That's
three
a-
applies in the universe, Eric. You should know this. You're a smart kid.
that was unexpected. Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like you know what you're going to do if Mr. Sicarian dies. You're going to hire one of the other two Mr. Sicarians.
Yep, he's got twins, Eric. Keep it between me and you. It's a secret. Don't tell anyone.
That's a good secret.
Yep. Eric, don't
All
fucking
right,
come to my
Higgs.
room ever again and ask me this shit. Get the fuck out.
It's my favorite Swan Song spin-off, 2.5 Sicarians.
Yeah. I
Enjoy
stand
your
up and...
pornography, Mr. Higgins.
It's not pornography. It's art, you asshole. Get the fuck out of my room.
I know it when I see it.
I just shut the door. I'm just like, God fucking damn it, Buford.
I lost my boner.
And then I go to Sicarian.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you knock, I open the door. Hello,
Yeah.
Eric.
Mr. Sicarian, is Olaf with you?
I look over my shoulder in the room. No, there's. Come in, please. What can I do?
Okay. I come into the room, close the door, turn around, say, Mr. Sicarian, you can't die.
Well, I appreciate that, Eric. I'm gonna try very hard not to.
Okay. Listen. Are you at all worried about psychic interference from the Pfotenhauer Society?
You know, Eric, it's very good that you bring that up, actually. It's, my only concern is that Mr. Titan doesn't want this to be a fair fight, of course, with the battleships that he has at his disposal. I don't know that I should concern myself with specifically... Well, actually, now that I say this, I think of the tactical advantage of having subtle advantages from psychic aid. So yes, actually, that would be probably his best way to give an unfair advantage to himself, seeing as how he needs to at least visibly conquer me. So yes, that is a great concern.
If it would help, and if it's legal according to the rules of the fight, I can project a field that will make it much more challenging to activate psychic powers. For anybody except for Piani, of course.
Yes. The rules of the combat are that we are to provide ourselves with armor and a bladed weapon. So you nullifying psychic powers is just basically a safeguard to make sure that the integrity of the battle remains. There's no indication otherwise in the rules. That would be very helpful.
Okay, I'll do that. Good luck, Mr. Sicarian. Even though Higgs doesn't seem too worried, and even though I'm sure your two brothers are just as strong and as powerful as you are, I hope you don't die.
Well, I appreciate that, Eric. Eric, before you go, can you do me a favor and put one of those fields in this room before you leave? Assuming you don't need to be here to do that.
Let me see. No, I do actually need to be here, but would you like me to stay for a while?
Eric, that's completely fine. You can stay. How do you feel about terror? Basically, just as a feeling in general.
Oh, I find it quite entertaining from time to time. I have these nightmares, you see. They wake me up in a cold sweat, and they're really, really terrible, but I really enjoy them once they're done.
Eric, in a very strange turn of events, that was actually the exact answer I was hoping for. So, yes, please, cast your field. I would like to run an experiment.
Are you hoping that you will be affected by the field, or not?
Yes, please.
Okay. Eric projects his psionic static field. Okay. He does not exclude Sicarian.
Okay, Sicarian, you don't notice, you don't even know when he does it. He just kind of looks like he's concentrating and stops. Yeah, you can't feel any different.
So, I kind of like, wait a second, it looks like he's concentrating, so I assume that it's happened. And then I just unleash terror into his face.
Okay.
Or try.
Make a physical effect save, Mr. Sicarian. Make a mental effect save, Eric.
What is physical? It's D20, right?
Yeah.
What just happened? I need to click and drag to roll the dice. Holy shit, roll 20! That's so cool!
It's a new thing now. You actually roll the dice. You can turn it off. Yeah. Okay. Did you succeed or fail, Eric? I think that's a fail.
I'm pretty sure that's a fail. Let me double check. Mental, no, that's a fail.
Okay. So, Eric, suddenly you feel your like lungs fill with like ice cold seawater.
Yeah.
And you swear you can feel the like clammy hand of hell like gripping at you, and you like look down and suddenly you're like in the water, and the hag of the darkness is like dragging you into the depths. Yeah. And you just like feel like sudden horrible terror like overwhelm you.
Yeah.
How does Eric respond to sudden or overwhelming terror?
I mean, like, I guess I just like collapse.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not like screaming or anything. I'm just like collapsed. I'm like breathing really deep. Like I'm kind of, I've got my hands covering my face.
Yeah, and he's Eric, like you just see him collapse, and he like starts to like choke, like he's trying to he's trying to breathe, but he can't.
Okay, I immediately I can't withdraw the tendril, obviously, but I stop and I get him and I like clear passage in his throat, make sure he's I hold him, make sure he's okay.
Yeah, it passes. But yeah, he's incapacitated for a few minutes.
And I'm like, Eric, thank you for helping me with that experiment. I appreciate it.
That was very strange.
So I think at this point, like Sicarian, you're like holding Eric up a little bit, and Eric, you're like trying to breathe, and this is when Olaf comes to the door and like looks down, and it's not so much that he's like, "What are you doing?" But he just like he was maybe you notice he was there the whole time, and he kind of just looks at Eric and just shakes his head like he's disgusted, and then he just like walks away.
Yeah.
Eric, I want you not to be concerned with that. I will explain to Olaf what we were experimenting with. You will lose no face here. I will tell him what happened.
Oh, no, it's best that you explain yourself, so that you don't lose any face. Well, that was something else, Mr. Sicarian. You should use that.
I might have to. Eric. And I kind of straighten him up and I say You know, we've only known each other a very short time, and there's a good chance that I could fall in combat and not know you any longer, but you seem to have a bit of a confidence issue, and I can tell you, after seeing you perform, you are a strong, capable Viking of a man. Like, I believe you to be a very capable and useful young man. So if you, if I live, you know, I would like to learn more about you, but if I don't, just know that. That's an observation.
Yeah, I think Eric like claps you on the shoulder. He says, "Mr. Sakarian, I hope you don't die." And,
Me too.
you know, since you might, I guess it's nice to hear you say that. I know it, but I don't always feel it. But thank you.
Of course, Eric. And if I do die, I'll see you in Valhalla. Hopefully not too soon, of course. I need some of that
Valhalla
battle
doesn't
myself.
really exist. It's just a made-up story they tell for children.
He says, I need you to get out of my room.
Good luck. And
He's
he
like
just
very polite
turns
about it.
around.
I need you to leave.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Piani, is there anything you want to do before the big duel?
No, I think I've done what I can do, and I've had the discussion I need to have. So I think I'm good.
Okay. So I guess when... Sorry.
Well, I think one final thing is I'm just sitting in my... Maybe it's like... Maybe everyone's asleep. There's no one else talking. Or there's no movement on the ship. Everyone's just... It's like the equivalent of what 4 a.m. would be, the midnight hour.
Sure,
Just
yeah.
No one's awake. And I'm just sitting there in my room still spinning in the chair. And I'm just like, hey, Pi, you around?
Yes.
Where's that robot body? I feel much more comfortable talking to a robot body than the fucking air. Bring your body to my room.
Yeah.
Hold on. Then there's like a knock at the door.
Who is it?
So in the room, Pi's like, "It's me, stupid."
Well, open the door then. Yeah, fucking, of course it's you. You don't have to knock.
So the door opens, and yeah, Pi's body is there, and he walks in.
Okay. I'm just like, Pi, go ahead and sit down. This is awesome. We should have done this from the start. Piani was right.
Okay, yeah. Pi's body walks over and like sits down on like a stool, maybe, or like on your cot, I guess.
Okay. Like, Pi, you drink it all? And I start pouring. Of course, you're a fucking robot. You don't drink port. Something for myself. Just like, do you want to hold the drink? It might make you look cool, maybe. It might help me. Hold this drink, Pi. And I put a drink in his hand. I have the other drink. I'm just like, Pi, I've got a question for you. Are you ready for it?
Go ahead.
Okay. And now, when I'm asking you the question, act like you're drinking it, but don't drink it because it's probably not good for you. You understand?
I don't actually have a mouth, but okay.
Just put it up near the head part of your robot. There you
Just like clunks into the screen.
That's great. Don't break it. Those are expensive glasses. Let's say you had who's your best friend? Let's say, who's your best friend, Pi?
Piani.
Okay, let's say Piani is going to go up against, I don't know. Let's say that Piani is going to fight an arch enemy of Piani. Give me a name.
Me?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
No, I need a name from you. You're helping me in the story. This is imaginative storytelling. We're creating a story together. Human and AI bonding.
So Piani needs to fight someone.
Yes, and I need a name from you to use for the story so it's more believable to you who's answering the question.
Wilbur Higgins.
Oh. And I just kind of stare. Okay, yes. Okay. Piani is going to fight Wilbur Higgins III. Okay? Now let's say that you, as Pi, know the outcome of that fight before it happens, but you can't tell anyone the outcome of that fight before it happens.
How do I know the outcome?
Let's just say you do.
All right.
Okay, you do. What do you do?
I would tell Piani. Then maybe she wouldn't fight.
What if she has to fight me because every fiber of her being tells her to fight me because I really pissed her off for some reason.
But she's going to lose?
100%.
I'd kill you myself.
I just kind of like look up and like, well, I don't think I'm that great of a warrior. And then I'm just like, all right, well, I guess you helped me.
Do I need to be worried about you, Higgins?
No, I'm going to live. We're okay.
And no one's going to hurt Piani?
Nope, she's good too.
Are you worried about Mr. Sicarian?
Yep, that's the one. And I just like spin my chair, turn my back, and finish my drink.
That officer from Pfotenhauer?
Yep. Wait, what?
That's what's worrying you?
I turned back. I'm like, what? What do you mean? You were listening to that?
Not actively, but I process all of the information on the ship.
I go and like shut it. I was like, do you know where he is?
Not presently, but he was on board the main ship of the Pfotenhauer unit that arrived. Why?
Do you have records of that call?
You deleted them. The only records I have are in my memory, the same way you have records of the call. In your head.
So you have a... Okay, all right. Yeah. Well, this... Don't... Okay. Motherfucker. I'm just silent for about maybe like a minute long. Does he say... Or does Pi say anything?
No, I think maybe Pi just like does one of these, like, clink.
Yeah. I look up and you got to give me a second, Pi. I'm just... Okay, this conversation didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? If Sicarian loses tomorrow, he lost on his own accord, okay?
Are you going to interfere with the fight, Higgs?
You know, we'll see what happens when we get there.
People say things about you, Higgins, that you're a loose cannon. You're dangerous. I've seen the footage. But I think you care about Mr. Sicarian. I don't think you want him to get hurt.
And I kind of like look at you, or look at Pi, and I'm like, well, I mean, there's some truth to that, I guess, yeah. He is a crew member after all. I look after the crew. Except if your name's Prosper, fuck that guy. Sorry about Prosper, by the way. I know you liked him a lot.
Prosper's gone to a better place.
Okay, well, that's weird. But it's probably true, because it's not on my ship. So, that's all I got. Pi, please don't mention that call to anyone else, especially if anyone asks you about it that's not on the ship. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Okay, good. Have a good, I'm fucking telling an AI to have a good night. Get the fuck out of my room, Pi.
So Pi gets up, hands you back the glass. Thank you for the drink, Higgins. Have a good night.
Have a good night. I just like shake my head.
Yeah, Pi leaves. I mean, they're still there, but
Yeah.
the body leaves.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I don't do anything else.
Okay. All right. So maybe we just see like Higgs looking kind of tortured, but as we like fade out and fade back in on the desert planet. So Baziknos is, as I mentioned before, like it used to be like a decent world. But now it's only occupiable at the poles. There's tons of like ruins elsewhere. The rest of the planet is a desert. It has undergone like hundreds of years of like terminal war and just kind of like got burned out. So did you have like specific ideas for the environment that the duel is in with that in mind, Geoff? Or?
Not necessarily environment, but I think because this is a war-torn place, there's going to be like a city block where, in particular, outside of the city block, it's actually fucking flattened, but inside the city block, there's like 3 hollowed-out buildings and like some kind of town square, still standing-ish.
Sure. Yeah. And remember, this planet is like tech level 2, so like 19th century at the best. So it's all like brick and yeah. Okay, cool. So so we see this like maybe it's like a burned out or blasted out like church. So there's like bits and pieces of like stained glass still in the windows, and around it in this like flat area in the desert, there's all of these like landing vehicles, all these Pfotenhauer landing vehicles. And among them we see very very like out of place the Swan Song, right? Not bristling with guns, not matte black, just like a beat up little ship. And so we see these all like clustered around, and we come in on the inside of the like empty church, and there's like piles of sand in the corners, and no furniture or anything, but like there's like a big empty space with like a raised area at the back and like some pillars that run down the end, and there's like a crowd of people, maybe like 20 odd people, and they're all wearing like power armor basically. Like the Pfotenhauer unit power armor, and they have like cloaks over it, basically like to cover the armor. And we also see you, like all of you there, inside, and Miss Fate. And Miss Fate is sitting like near the opposite end, and she's just like looking at her data pad, kind of waiting for to everybody to assemble. And so I guess we probably follow you into the church, and people part, and there's a lot of like looks and like whispering as you approach the area that's been laid aside for the duel.
Okay. I walk up. Olaf is I mean, you can describe it, but I would imagine like ceremonial Viking garb, armor type of thing.
Yeah. Totally. He's got like his like steel like ring mail on, and his like beard all like braided in rings. And he's holding your sword for you, right? He's got it in the case. And so you walk up, and Fate hops down off of her little perch and walks over to you, kind of like looks you up and down, and she's like, "So bullshit aside, you really gonna do this? You're not gonna run? Because you could. He's not here yet." She like looks at the door.
I'm going to do this, Miss Fate. Oh, by the way, Miss Fate, I want you to meet my friend here. This is Olaf Eriksson. It's Eriksson, right?
Olaf Olafsson.
Olafsson, my bad.
Olaf, son of Olaf, yeah. So
Yeah,
she looks
Olaf
over.
is secretly my son, guys.
That's some fucked up stuff. So she looks over and like gives him the up and down, and kind of just is like, looks at you, and she's like, "Man, your boyfriend's gonna miss you when you're dead."
And he just like slowly looks at Olaf. His visor's up, by the way. He's just like, he gives like the glinty half smile.
And she says to Olaf, she's like, "Yeah, once all this stuff's," she's like, "Yeah, you're kind of hot. Once all this stuff's over, if you want to hang out." And he just kind of furrows his brow. It's like, and then looks at you like, "Oh, her, okay." So there's a period where I think like things get prepared, and maybe there's some kind of like ritual that people have like forgotten. One of the like unit chaplains of the Fotenhauer Society like does a reading from the like history of the company. Maybe he tells a story about like some ancient duel in the long past of the Fotenhauer Society. You know, a story of Earth. And there's some like ritual call and response stuff that happens. And for you, like Mr. Scarian, this is the first time that you've been a part of like a Fotenhauer like ritual like this, or a Fotenhauer ceremony. How do you feel? And does that show?
He's very sanguine. He's very just completely at peace, because this is where he's at home at. And like we were saying earlier in earlier episodes, like this is his purpose. He knows that he has to remove this cancerous tumor and right the wrongs and set this ship right. So he's never been more sure that the reason he joined the crew in the first place was to put him in this place. So he's like, when people talk to him, he has like a tranquil, like very calm feel about him. Either the guy's about to die or he's about to accomplish his greatest feat. So he's like at peace with that.
Yeah, he's ready. Okay. All right. So before the duel, there's the like moment where you and your enemy, like the person you're gonna duel, have like an exchange that you have to do. Like you meet unarmored face to face, and Fate. I think Fate goes to retrieve him, or like signals that it's time, and people space out for you. They give you lots of room, and you see Mr. Titan for the first time in a long time. But he looks like we saw him. He looks much like we saw him at the beginning, but now he's got like a terrible scar on his face, and he's had one eye replaced, like a really obvious like chrome cybernetic replacement. And he's wearing his like dress uniform, and he walks up and like looks at you, and there's a moment where you're just like out in the middle of this like circle, kind of like staring at each other for the first time in years.
This like the tranquilness, the calmness, which almost never, is out of control for Sicarian for 1 second. Like his hands tighten to white knuckles, and he's completely taut, and he can feel like the darkness inside of him kind of rising up a little bit, and then he like just takes a deep ass fucking breath and squints his eyes at him, and walks forward and sticks out his hand.
Cool. And I think as you walk forward, maybe from the perspective of the camera, we see like the trail of like tendrils coming off you. No one can see them in the space, like in reality, but we as viewers can see them sort of lifting off you. And maybe in the crowd, we catch the vaguest glimpse. Like you'd have to go back and like pause it at exactly the right time to see it. Like but we see like your wife like in the audience for just a second as you walk by. Mm-hmm. And he walks up to you. And, he's a good, like, foot taller than you.
Yeah.
He kind of, like, looks down at you. And you said you put your hand out?
Yep.
Okay. He hesitates just long enough to be, like, where it's, like, almost disrespectful. And then he reaches out and he, like, takes your wrist, like, shakes your hand.
Yep. Shake it.
And he says to you, this has been a long time coming.
He says it has, Mr. Titan. In fact, I think it's been significantly longer than you thought it would take. Is that correct?
I'll give you this, Garen. You taught me a lesson once. I don't leave jobs unfinished anymore. Time to clean this one up.
I say, in that we agree.
So he walks back over to... He turns his back on you and walks over to where Fate is waiting. And she takes out like pieces of armor, and her and one of the other people there start like fitting him with the armor. And we see it as like individual pieces that as he basically undresses, he gets down to like his underwear, and we can see like sockets that are like attached, like built into his bones, and they just start attaching these pieces directly to his skeleton. And by the time they're done, he's like 9 feet tall and like 5 feet wide. Like he's got this huge suit of battle armor. And it looks like you haven't seen it before. It's not Pfotenhauer standard issue. It's much larger, and there's like etchings on it in places that are like obviously a strange language, but not one that anyone alive now still reads. You go back over to Eric, and I see that face, Steven. And Eric starts to do the same. So Eric helps you into your armor. And he screws in the like glass ampules into the spinal injector, and they slide down into the armor. And he opens the case and hands you your chainsword.
I take it, obviously, like, test the way it feels. I've tested a million times before, but that's the kind of thing he does to calm down, get ready for the fight, and twirls around, thumbs the trigger a couple of times, revs it up a couple.
Revs it a little. Okay. We see Titan on the other side. Like he turns, and he's still got the like visor up.
Yeah.
And he reaches out without looking, and someone puts like a huge one-handed like monofilament axe into his hand, and he puts out the other arm, and they put a big like plasteel like shield on his arm, and he like bangs them together a couple of times. And like cracks his neck, kind of like twists his arms, like steam comes out of the vents in his armor.
Yeah.
And
none of that's happening on my side, by the way.
Yeah. You're just kind of like, are you like, what's Mr. Zakarian like in this situation?
I'm like just like I'm almost more concerned with everybody else. Like I say to Olaf, I'm saying like keep your eyes on Miss Fate in particular. I need you to look out for a trap. I'll see you in Valhalla kind of thing, like claps the back of his fucking blonde hair, and I'm like, give him just a little bit of a headbutt, nothing disorienting.
Sure, yeah.
And then I kind of like look at the rest of the group and say like, well, if this is goodbye, just know that it was an honor serving with you, and please look after Pi, and if you see him, Howard as well. He reached out to me. He's out there.
He's out there. Does anybody have anything to say to Mr. Zakarian?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, all I can say is good luck. Go get him, Tiger.
I feel like Eric probably has, like, a little triangular pennant that's, like, bright blue with the white letters Zakarian on it. He's holding it up.
Yeah. So, Mr. Zakarian, before the fight starts, back when you were in charge of your unit, what was the like symbol of your unit? Like, I know the knife is a very important thing to you. Is that like
That's
the
what-
thing?
yeah, it's a knife.
Okay. All right. So
It's actually like a specifically curved knife too. I think actually if you Google the Sicarians, I'm pretty sure they used a curved knife.
okay. So you turn back around and you can see, you know, the edges of your vision, everyone like gathered, and as Titan takes a step forward before his like faceplate comes down, you see some kind of like venting in his helmet, fill his helmet with like some kind of aerosolized spray. As the helmet comes down, like he takes a deep breath, like he just like inhales deeply, and then the visor comes down, and it's like a perfectly reflective like red surface. And there's like a chant that starts in the crowd. Again, it's words that no one understands anymore, but it's the chanting that begins the ritual. And you notice that a group to one side, as they chant, they like pull their cloaks aside and they like draw those knives and like hold them up. And Titan notices too, like he turns his head. You see like just the like helmet turns slightly, and he looks at you and he like squares his shoulders, bangs his shield again, and then charges headlong at you. So let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
As that's happening, Higgs just leaves.
Okay.
He just leaves the battle. Maybe like as the last person he walks through the crowd, he's just like, make sure you bet on Titan, he's going to win. Have a good day. I just leave. I don't watch the fight at all, so I'm not there.
Eric does, like, you know, I assume that there's then some sort of clearance given for his like psychic intervention or whatever. So at a convenient moment in the setup of the fight, he activates his psychic field over the arena.
And how long does that last?
You know, that's not entirely clear.
Okay, well, you check
Let's
it
see.
out.
It says for the duration of this power, it's a level 2 ability. So I don't know how long the duration of a power is.
Okay. I'm not sure either.
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, see if you can figure it out. Okay, so Titan got a 4.
I got a 9.
Nice. Yeah, you sure did. All right, let me clear the initiative order. Not like we're gonna necessarily need it, but there's only 2 people in this fight. Titan and Sicarian.
Whoops.
Okay. Sicarian got a 9, Titan got a 4. All right, Mr. Sicarian, you have the initiative. What do you want to do?
So he charges forward, just like a big bull rush.
Yep.
I think Sicarian, quite surprisingly, again, it's like speed versus strength, essentially. Just like kind of charges at him as well, but then does a quick kind of, not necessarily a barrel roll, but kind of a barrel roll to the side, and is going to try to swipe at what he thought was a weak point in the armor at the legs.
Okay. Alrighty.
So
go ahead and start getting that ready. His armor class is. Let's see here. It's 1. Yeah, his armor class is -2.
okay, so I'm at D20 plus 4. I get a 20.
Nice, you hit him. First blood, round 1.
Oh my god.
All right, so it's 1d8 plus 1. So I just like through his leg then. 1d8 plus.
Right leg.
Always, man. What else? 8
Nice.
damage.
Nice. Okay.
And then I come up behind him.
Okay, yeah, so you dive, roll past, and then come up kind of on your knees and stand.
Yeah.
And yeah, you spray blood, and there is like a gash in his armor already. Everyone in the crowd that's like Pfotenhauer is totally silent. Like, this is a sacrosanct thing. There's no cheering, there's no shouting, just silence from them. So I need to start his turn doing this first. Oh, shit roll, dude.
So he's dead. That's his health, right? So
Okay. All right. So you roll past, slash him. So he spins and brings his axe down over his head to try to hit you.
I'm at a +0 right now.
Okay. So let's see. He's gonna roll his monoblade. AC is 0. And he misses. So his swing comes down behind where you were, like you're too fast, and it digs into the cement with a terrible blast, and yeah, concrete flies everywhere. Your turn. What do you want to do?
So I think as that happens, he kind of like gets up again and is running. You know, he like smashes behind his back like that. So I just keep running to the side with the shield, and I'm gonna hack at his like elbow from the back of the shield.
Okay.
23.
Wow, nice. Okay. You're rolling really well.
7 damage.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
So his arm falls off.
No, but you do inflict like another wound, and this time I think you can hear like there's some rage, like you can hear him like roar inside of his suit. Yeah, I think he turns with the shield and goes to like bash you and then follow up with the axe strike. So let's see how that goes. 2. Okay, he swings towards you, and maybe nobody else like is fast enough or ready to like notice this. They only just see him like you see him correct mid swing when there's no way he should have been able to, and you recognize why it happens. But yeah, like the full weight of the axe is swinging, and then it just like twists down, and you have to like leap back. So he's gonna take another swing, and that will increase his system shock.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, this time he hits you. Alright. Let's see if there's any boosted damage for this. No, okay. Okay, you take 7 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so to everybody else, it just looks like a swing that curves back around, but you see like he's about to miss you, it hooks back, and then the axe digs into your shoulder. And you feel like a shock of pain go through your system.
So definitely, whereas the first 2 attacks were very fluid and like extremely lithe, this one, you know, gimps me a little bit, and I go out in front of him now, and I'm kind of squared up with him, and I just go for a hack towards the axe arm, I guess.
Okay.
Which is a different limb altogether. No, miss this time.
Okay, so he gets the shield in the way, and your sword grinds against the surface of the shield, throwing sparks everywhere. All right, so he's got you. You're up close, the sword against the shield, and then he's gonna swing in and try to pin you between the two. So let's see. He's got.
Do I get another +1 because of the dexterity minus from him using that, or is that not right?
No, he didn't have any bonus to his. Or no, yes,
arm?
Add 1.
It's still a miss, but it's now going to be +7 or 5.
Keep in mind, yeah. So you get a +5. Okay, so 0. So that bonus is now -1. All right.
Damn it, Adam!
Hit the again. How many hit points you got?
I'm at 14.
Okay. Hits you for 8.
8. I think on that one, I will use my dodge.
Okay, so what does that look like? Like it's about to just like take your like dig in bad and get blood everywhere. How does
He's
it look
coming.
like
He's like coming square down for like a cleaving collarbone hit, and I just melt away from it basically. But in doing so, it's very, very close. Like I would say, it still grinds up against my armor and like rips off a chest plate or something like that.
Sure, yeah. So it just like slashes across your armor, peels away because it's like a monoblade. It just like slices away a big chunk of it, but you're free.
I stagger back again, and then I just stab in, still at the front of him. No, a miss.
Okay. All right.
Started off with 2 hits.
Came out strong. All right, he misses too. So maybe you're both a little staggered. You like kind of like stumble into each other trying to hit, but like you can't get past the shield, and he can't get at you because you're too fast.
Yeah.
And then you both like break and push each other back. What do you do?
Like taking stock of us, you know, I told you I have 14, so I look fucking, you know, I look bedraggled and damaged. How does he look?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
With the armor, yeah.
Okay. Then I kind of recoup myself and go in again, finding success with the diving attacks. I do that again.
Okay.
Diving to his side, and I hit him.
Nice, good work.
Good job.
And he takes 5 damage.
Okay.
So I just, again, it's like I square up on him, move in, like feint one direction, and kind of spin around and hit him again. It's all like flanking attacks. I can't go for his. He looks like a tank, so his middle core is just there's no chance.
Totally, yeah. It's just about trying to get to a point where he can't spin fast enough to get the shield in the way. So most of your hits have been, like to his elbows or like the back of his legs. Yeah.
Trying to hack off a limb, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, he's like spinning and swinging, and hopefully like he'll connect with the axe on the end of a spin. But when you get to hit is when you duck under the axe, and before you can get the shield in, you jab him with the chainsword. And now he's going to take another swing at you.
My heart's going so fucking fast on dice rolls, bro. What am I, in Vegas again?
So, fire.
And you got this fucking Adam Koebel, like, yellow space that just sits there blank for a second, and then... Okay.
All right, so he misses, so he's gonna take another system strain and swing again.
Oh, shit.
All right.
So yeah, he like and like a surge goes through him and he swings again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nope.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, two quick swings in a row, just like one left to right, one right to left, and you managed to hop back twice and not get tagged.
Okay, and then I guess as he's like the correction, recognizing it for what it is, I'm gonna hack again at his. I just like stay there, hop back, and then hack at his axe hand. 4 + 5. No, Jesus. So
Okay.
no, I whiff.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you try to take advantage of the like slight stumble, but then his armor comes or his shield comes in and you stab into it.
Yeah.
And he will try to smash you like you do.
So remember, you're rolling a -1 on him, right? You're doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. He takes it.
No.
Hits you for 6.
Okay. So with that one, he just like cleaves into me and a gout of blood sprays out. And then on my turn, I do I like hit the injector button for one of the syringes. So I don't know what happens. You gotta tell me.
Okay. You can do it in addition to your attack.
Okay.
Because your suit just triggers it automatically. It's just like you
Oh, okay.
click a button or whatever you like. You activate it and take 1 system strain. And you heal. I'll let you roll it. You heal a d6 + 1 hit points.
Okay. Where do I keep track of system strain on this sheet? Is it anywhere? Oh, right there. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay. Okay. So d6 + 1.
Come on, no 2.
5 back.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm up to 13, and then.
Okay. So you activate it, and then suddenly it's like your pain is a suit jacket that you just took off and hung up. Like it just fades away, and you're like, maybe he didn't hit me as bad as I thought. Like just kind of, you're fine. You just feel fine.
And I can't really see the fucking visceral slice through my chest.
No. Everybody else can, but you're
25.
nice.
Oh shit.
And if this is the thunder gun, I do an extra
Is
d10.
that? Oh, you don't get to any damage on a.
No.
Oh,
There's no
7.
crits.
So I just I surge back, twirl the sword a little bit, and then I just slash it across his, I guess elbow again. Like only this time it's the inside of it. So I missed, parried, took a stab, and then cut him in the arm.
So you go, and it looks like it should be like a perfect slash and like just take his arm off. But at the last second, he hooks his axe in your sword and like has to pull you away and then throws you back. So he's gonna ignore that one.
See what you.
That's his.
That's what you did there. Okay. So like well played. So I step back and do that fanciful, fling of the sword thing and clean the blood off of it. Square up with him.
Okay.
And I think that's also when the doves fly in from behind me. I think that we can.
Right. The weird desert birds.
Pigeons just shit everywhere.
Okay. All right. So he hooks you, pulls, throws you back. You do the little spin, get ready to defend yourself, and then yeah, he charges right in after the attack. All right, so.
Don't you do it, Mr. Titan.
Get
Nope.
fucked.
All right.
Okay. Fuck it, he's gonna do it again.
No. What
So he
the
twitches
fuck,
again
dude?
and fires. And, like,
Yeah.
How does that
Witness
work?
this
What
come
is system? Isn't this?
Well, you're witnessing it, so make sure and ask the possibly alive Sicarian afterwards.
Yeah. Okay. So let's re-roll that thing.
Is he slowing down? Is there any noticeable?
No,
Nope.
he's just like fury. Like to the outside, I think that there's some points where like people are losing track of what's happening. Where it's like you think that someone landed a blow and then they're fine, or it's like you're sure someone like should just fall down dead, but it doesn't happen. Like the thing is, like two people with the cybernetics that you have activating as fast as they do, you're moving faster than people can pay attention to, basically. So it's very hard to watch, and it just looks like you're kind of like blurrily like crashing into each other, and then there's blood. So his second swing.
It doesn't stack, guys. The dexterity thing. It's just -1.
Yeah, it just happens once and stays.
The stack.
Right?
The
Right,
stack
he
is the.
narrowly misses. I think that this swing, the axe hits your faceplate on your helmet and shatters it.
Okay.
So your head twists sideways, and maybe this is when like some of the people in the crowd like falter a little bit. Like someone takes a step forward, and like someone covers their face, and then you lift your head, and maybe you just like have like blood coming out of your nose, but you're fine. There's just the jagged remnants of the mask around your face.
Yeah, because it collapses in on my face, so I definitely it's like a broken nose at the very least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I back
turn,
up,
Mr. S.
and then kind of like a white. I don't know. My hand's probably too big to get in there or whatever, but I just like claw it away, the broken piece, throw it on the ground, and then I run in at the blade at the side, and I'm gonna again do the dive at the ankle thing.
Okay.
No, this time's a miss.
All right.
So I end up at his side again.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I think this time he sees it coming. So when you dive low, he jams his shield down onto the ground, and you slide along that instead, and you end up beside him. So he turns all the way around to try to swing the axe back towards you, so that you and it will collide head on.
Okay. That would be bad.
Yeah, that would be bad. Run right into the axe. He gets you. For 5 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think you crash like chest first into the blade of the axe, and it like bites through your armor, and you feel like a searing pain in your chest, and then he follows through. Basically, he spins a full circle and like throws you backward off the end of the axe.
Yeah, and I spin off of it and crash into the pew, and I'm pretty beat up. Like you can see my face actually, so it's just a bloody mess with my eyes peering out above like a red mask. I stand up and for the second time hit the like the actuator or whatever.
Okay.
And it is D6 +1.
Yeah, D6
I get
plus 1.
4 back.
Okay.
Oh no, wait. What was I doing? You did 5 to me, right?
He did 5.
Okay, and I just got 4 back, so I'm at 12. I did bad math for a second there. And that's another system strain, so 2. And then I charge in, and I'm just gonna like stand in front of him and try to like whip it back at him.
Okay.
I miss.
Okay. All right. So he is going to try and get you. So what? How are you attacking him? You were like you just like.
So I've
pull
been like
yourself
going
up?
for the side and stuff like that, but this time I actually just run up in front of him, and now I'm like, in my head I'm like parlaying his attacks and going for a stab in the throat or Gorget or something like that, somewhere in there.
Right. So you're trying to just get inside where you can't
Yeah.
get the shield close, and you can't. The axe is quite long. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So you
Different strategy.
Yeah. So you run up, and I think that you try to like bat the axe to one side, but it's like hitting a stone wall. Like just like your weapon bounces off, and then he brings the axe down towards you.
And for everyone else looking at this, he's like dwarfing me in size, standing over me.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay.
Let's do it
So with
again.
that one, like it just goes right over my head, and then I use that opportunity to wipe in on his inside.
Okay.
And this would have been a miss. Like I start to like clang off his side, but then a surge goes through my body, like a rigidness hits, and then I swing again.
Okay.
And I still miss, and I'm up to 3.
Okay, awesome. Okay. So, he's gonna take another swing at you. You're like right up close. I think that he basically like pushes off of you, and as he does, like he bashes you with the shield, and then as you stagger back, he's gonna try and overhand the axe onto your
Get the separate hold.
Yeah. So let's see if he manages to tag you. If he misses, he's definitely gonna reroll this one. All right, so here's one. Okay.
Woo, fucked.
So let's see.
Close. It like goes through the gash that is my flesh, actually, that is already open.
Yep. All right.
Don't do it, Titan.
Okay. So let's take this. It's a second swing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Did y'all see that 19, Rob?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so he
Ooh.
swings down, and I think we get the slow motion, like we actually see your face as it goes like right past you, and then down into the stone. And maybe we pull back quickly, like after that happens, and you can see just these like deep gouges all over the stone floor from every time he's missed you. Okay, Mr. Scarian, it's your turn.
So he's a little bit extended forward then, and I take
Yeah.
a two-handed bat swing of the sword into his face for 20.
Nice. Okay.
1d8
Oh,
plus 1,
fuck, dude.
4 damage.
Okay.
And it just smashes his face.
Yeah. I mean, how do you kill him?
Oh my god.
I think for whatever reason, because he's extended forward, he's just like the force of his axe lunging him forward, but then also the timed swing of my sword like hits the glass and it finds grabbing on the glass, and then it literally, because it's a chainsaw, literally
Like,
starts
pulls
to
you
actually
forward.
like goes right through the top of it, and it just fucking like gore sprays out everywhere to the back of it, and he just falls on his knees and falls forward, and then his brain and head spills out.
Just a pool of blood, just starts to like spread. And I think there's there's a moment of silence where everybody, like the people with the knives up, like they've held them up the whole fight. They just like bring them back and like sheath them by their side. And it's quiet in the church for a second, and we just hear Miss Fate from like the back of the church go, "Fuck!"
Awesome.
Cool. What was that?
I want a duel.
Yeah, it's your first duel on roleplay history. You won.
Celebrate Jeff's win.
It actually is.
Fucking
Yes.
win.
Adam, every other duel that Geoff has done with his characters, he's died. And they've actually caused TPKs.
Or I've lost, and then we've just fucked up the game by getting like the whole town dies. 'Cause
Yeah.
Right.
we just break the rules.
It's never gone easy like that before.
Awesome. Congratulations.
So I think like I cleave through him, and then like it or there's quiet, and then like my sword just hits the ground, and I'm like heaving because I'm fucked up as well. But I just kind of like look at the group, and like it's actually like he's not just like calm, cool, and collected. He's like, what in the fuck? He's like, what? He's shocked too.
Awesome. Cool. Do we want to go to break and give everybody
There's
a couple minutes?
There's a perfect break
Okay.
time.
All right.
So let's take a break. We still got one final hour to do. So see you guys after that. We'll be right back. More RollPlay Swan Song coming up right after this.